Hello and welcome. We are here for Thursday Facebook Live, and today we are going to be talking about action, and specifically how awareness is not action. That there's more to do than just being aware of changes that need to be made. There are steps we actually need to take to put action in place so that change can actually happen. So I know that some of you are probably following along with my 4-day journey, Find Your True North. And if that's the case, you're going to get a double dose of me today. And we will be talking about action a little bit later as well. But for now, I simply want to remind you that movement mobilizes possibility. Movement mobilizes possibility. So even when we know that there's a change we want to make, it is really critical that we partner the change we want to make with the action we're going to take. So we really want to start being able to uncover what is in the way of us taking the action. Where is the fear located? Where is the self-sabotage located? Where are the limiting beliefs located? And I always say that I believe that our bodies are the barometer of our truth. So I have recognized that the limitation actually shows up in our body before it even gets translated into our mind. So I want you to start paying attention to your body. If you're someone who has made it, oh, Bindi, I just saw it, made it to the live. Hi, Bindi. And hi, Kira. And hi, Corinna. And hi, Teresa. Welcome, welcome. If you are someone who has historically numbed out your feelings, this is a really powerful invitation to have you come back to your body, come back to actually inhabiting your body, inhabiting your feelings so that you're not freezing out. Now, what I've seen time and time again is when we don't want to feel something bad, we think we can just turn off the feeling bad. But here's what happens. When we turn off the bad feelings, we turn off the good feelings as well. So if you recognize some element of your life being very, I would say, static or status quo or feeling stuck, part of that might be that you're not actually allowing yourself to have the full range of your feelings. And you're not actually allowing yourself to be in a place where all your feelings are welcome. So I will say that especially for women, we historically push away anger, for example. So we will push away anger. We'll try to stuff the anger down. We'll try to repress it or suppress it. We'll try to disown it. And the invitation here is actually to own all the feelings. Own all the feelings. You can't just turn off one set of feelings as if it's like the hot and cold faucets in the bathroom. That's how I think about it. It's not like the quote unquote bad feelings are one faucet and the good feelings are the other. You can't isolate them. It's more like the kitchen faucet where it's just one faucet. And what happens is when we start to numb out, all feelings go. And we want to bring back our ability to feel. So just a quick reminder, if you have not yet gone to StreamYard.com/Facebook, I highly encourage you to do so. That makes it so that I can see who you are in the comments here. I'm streaming via StreamYard into Facebook, and to respect Facebook's privacy, StreamYard needs your permission to have your name appear. So you can simply go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. It's in the caption for this video, and I just popped it on the screen as well. You can type it in to a what do you call it? Another browser. You can type it into another browser. Okay, cool. So let me just do this again. Okay, there we go. Oh, now my name is awfully big. Okay, so coming back into the conversation about action, I want you to really think about all the times in your life that you have wanted to make a change and didn't know where to begin. Because the beginning point is usually what trips people up. So we think, I don't know where to start, and therefore I'll wait till next week, next month, next year, or I'll wait till never. And I'll just keep settling for inhabiting a life that isn't really mine. To me, this is where it all originates, when we start realizing that we're living someone else's life, or we're living by someone else's rules, or we're playing someone else's game, so to speak. So I just want you to recognize the degree to which in your own life you feel that you are abiding by some other set of parameters that don't feel honest and true for you. Because the truth-telling piece here is what's critical. We all have this truth nesting inside of us. And in the beginning, the truth might whisper. And then over time, the truth starts screaming. And it's time to learn how to pay attention to the voice inside of you and into the feeling inside of you. So I want you to start monitoring on a deeper level, monitoring and mining your body for what it's feeling. What are the physical sensations? Sometimes it's easier to work sort of from the outside in. So you can start with the physical sensations. You know, it might be that you have an itch. You might feel heat. You might feel cool. You might have a headache, something like that. You start with the physical sensations, and then you can move to the inside to start assessing what it is that you're feeling. And recognize how to identify your own feelings first. So in other words, checking in with what do I feel before checking in with what does someone else feel. This might seem really, really foreign at the beginning, especially if you've been living an other reference life, especially if you've been living a life where you're constantly checking in with others, where you're codependent, where you're wanting someone else to regulate you emotionally. Start checking in with, how do I actually feel before I in any way bring myself into an equation with another person. Really start here. Start checking in with what's happening inside of you first. This is the very central point of locating yourself and identifying what you need, and then being able to take the action. I want you to understand that when you move in the direction of your truth, when you take action in alignment with your truth, it's actually what is going to create the best case scenario for you and ultimately everyone else in your life. Because you're showing up as you. If you are constantly acquiescing, if you are constantly compromising and sacrificing yourself, if you're saying yes when you want to say no, if you're doing whatever it takes to keep the peace, all of that comes at a very, very high cost. And what ends up happening is you're essentially feeding the other person you're feeding them a bait and switch. You're presenting a persona. You're packaging yourself to be digestible to someone else instead of showing up in your truth. So this is really about pulling back, to slow down, to start looking at, what is my truth? What do I need to express? What do I need to share? What do I need? Ultimately, always, what do I need? And if you are someone who has prided yourself on having no needs, I get it. Believe me, I lived decades of my life this way. But the truth of the matter is we all have needs. And we can meet our own needs instead of constantly being disappointed and blaming someone else and feeling like a victim of someone else when our needs are not met. All right, I just want to take a moment to say hi. Let's see. Kira's saying, reconnecting to my feelings and into my body is such important work. I've been really committed to this, especially now working on the healing, the roots of racism, identifying embodied and identified and unidentified traumas. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. All of this lives in us cellularly. Absolutely. Adriana and Donna. Let's see. Christine, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. So again, if you're joining here and you've not yet gone to StreamYard.com/Facebook, I encourage you to do so. That way I can see your name showing up in the comment feed. Otherwise, I just see Facebook user, which is fine. You don't have to do it, but it just helps me build the relationship with you, because then I know who you are and I want to see who you are. Okay, so action. It all comes down to action. The reason you sit with wanting to make change but don't have that different outcome, it's like that definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. When there's no action, no change can happen. And here's where a lot of us get stuck. We think it has to be the right action. So just notice if this is for you. This is for all my perfectionists and type A's. If you think, I'm not going to take action because I don't want to take the wrong action, I have to take the perfect action only, this is for you. Because the truth of the matter is there's no perfect action. There's no perfect action. It's just about the next action. It's about what's the next step I can take to move me in the direction of my desire. And from there, you can always course correct. You can always course correct once you take a step in a direction and discover that it's not the direction you want to go in. But that is what is going to make momentum possible. When you're staying stuck, nothing's going to happen. All that's going to happen is ongoing frustration over time. I also want to talk for a moment here about this whole concept of manifesting. Listen, I'm very hay-housey, and what I'm about to say might not be very hay-housey because I'm not a big fan of the concept that the way that most people relate to manifesting or the law of attraction. This is not something you simply turn over. This is not about wishful thinking or magical thinking. This is about clarity of choice, precision around action, and when you take a step in the direction of your desire, that's when you're supported. That's when the universe can have your back. That's when the manifestation comes into play. That's when you're in the right alignment with what it is that you want to draw toward you or the direction you're moving in. But it's not about, manifesting is not about wishing, wanting, and hoping. It's about wishing, wanting, and hoping plus action. And when you take the step forward, that's when the support can come in around you. So this is the super important piece here around action. Karina's saying, Nancy, you are so precisely describing me and my experience of my past actions. It's eerie and comforting as if to be seen and known. Yes, listen, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all wanted to make changes. And, I've been saying this over the past couple of months, this time we're in right now, I want to say just the very heightened sense, the pandemic, the racial unrest, the racial injustice, everything that we're experiencing right now, everything is coming to a head. And what I've heard from so many, and what I've even recognized in myself, is that this is a time of great illumination. This is a time where changes we've wanted to make in our lives are being illuminated. Changes we've wanted to make that we didn't make because we didn't have the courage or the confidence, whatever it might have been in the past. But there's a calling in this moment to actually harness the energy and let this time be a catalyst for you to move forward powerfully. So the question becomes, what are you waiting for? Because if you keep waiting, you are prolonging life, the life you want. You're prolonging your ability to live the life you want. Let me say it that. You're prolonging your inhabiting of your own life. And we want you to live your own life right now. So action is the key. I've been talking in our 4-day journey in Find Your True North. I've been talking about my transformation equation. Change equals vision plus choice plus action. And today we're going to be even diving more deeply into action. So you're, of course, more than welcome to come back for the final session of this 4-day journey, which is happening a little later. It's happening at 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. And we'll be diving more deeply into action there. But the big piece I want you to know here is it's not enough just to want. It's not enough to just read. It's not enough to just go to a workshop. It's not enough to just absorb. We have to start moving in the direction of the change we want to make. That's what's critical. It's the only thing that's going to actually have it lock and load. And then it's about repetition. It's about consistency. It's about staying in commitment and accountability. Thank you, Rini, for popping that in. It's about staying connected in community to your own commitment so that we can hold you accountable. I have seen time and time again the power of change that can happen as a coach when I can hold you in your own commitment, because that's really what coaching is. It's you and your commitment to your own evolution, and then me holding you accountable to that commitment. That's how change happens. Accountability over time. Small, bite-sized, doable, realistic actions over time. And I often think about this like those necklaces we had when we were kids, the little pop beads. You just That's how I think about the actions. You just want to take one action and then the next and the next and the next, and you're linking them together. So this is not about running a marathon today. This is literally about taking one step. So we want to take the pressure off. We don't want to feel that we have to get the full range of where we want to go right out of the gate. It's a process. It's a practice. And it really takes so much patience and self-forgiveness and self-love to give ourselves permission to be on the journey, to be in the process. Adriana, that is an important step, being vulnerable and letting others hold you accountable. As a type 8 Enneagram, it is quite comforting to me to be on the receiving side. I totally get it. And I totally get that. Yes. Karina, I love it. I can do that. Let's see. Self-compassion. Yes, Adriana, exactly. Self-compassion. We have to be willing to be compassionate with ourselves. If we're compassionate with ourselves, we're going to be able to be more compassionate with others. Teresa, I always felt it needed to be a major step. This sounds much more doable. Yeah, so here's the thing that happens. You know, we're so quick to self-sabotage. We're so quick to throw in the towel. We're so quick to be in that place of, you know, whatever the commitment is. So, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm just making this up. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Do I eat the cookies or not eat the cookies? Every choice I make is in service of my vision or sabotaging my vision. So clearly, eating the cookies is sabotaging my vision. I want to first be awake and conscious of the choice I'm making. I don't want to make a mindless choice. I don't want to make a choice out of numbness or out of being unconscious. So I first want to be able to recognize, okay, here are my choices. I'm going to do one or the other. One's going to serve and one's going to sabotage. And if I choose the choice that sabotages, if I choose to eat the cookies, I want to at least be conscious that I'm making that choice. From there, I want to also recognize that if I eat the cookies, it doesn't mean throw the whole vision out the window. It means tomorrow I start again, or 5 minutes from now I start again. Too often what we do is we say, I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to restrict myself, restrain myself, deprive myself. And then we go into the binge. And this is not even just about eating. You can apply this to anything. We go into the binge because we feel so deprived. And then we say, screw it. And then we stay stuck. Or we go backwards. What if we actually give ourselves permission in the moment to see the choice we're making, to be conscious when we're self-sabotaging, even if we still choose to self-sabotage, but we're conscious of it instead of asleep. And then instead of saying, screw it, we say, okay, and now I begin again. So much of action is giving ourselves permission to begin again. Yes, Sarah, the binge, even in overspending. Absolutely. So you want to look at, and we talked about this yesterday in the session of Find Your True North. So if you didn't see it, you can always catch the replay on the in this Facebook group. Is day 3. We always want to be looking at what are our what is our sort of go-to drug of choice? What is our go-to self-sabotage mechanism? Is it, is it overspending, overeating, drinking, drugs, overworking, whatever it is? What's the go-to drug of choice that we use to essentially self-soothe so that we don't have to deal, we don't have to feel? So much of being able to take action is literally being able to see what you're doing instead of doing it unconsciously. So really being able to recognize, oh, this is the choice I'm making. This is the action I'm taking. Is this the action that's going to move me forward? And if it's not, what is the different choice you can make and the different action you can take? Right. So Patrizia, you're saying I work out every day, but I sabotage myself by being careless on my eating choices. So this is where you're out of alignment. What's it going to take to put you back into alignment? And that's always the question I'll ask. What's it going to take? What's it going to take for you to come back into alignment? So as I've been saying, I have my transformation equation, change equals vision plus choice plus action. What supports change is connection, community, commitment, and accountability. And I want to let you guys in on a little sneak peek. I'm going to be announcing this a little bit later today, but since you're my peeps, I want to announce it to you guys even first right here. So I want to let you know that my private coaching community, Destination Me, is open for enrollment. So I'm just going to pop this up here. If you want to get in early, because like I said, I'm going to be announcing this a little bit later today to the world. But since we're all here together and we're all friends, I want to let you know that you can join right now. So it's at nancylevin.com/DME, Destination Me. And I've created a brand new, refreshed, updated, new version of Destination Me that I'm rolling out today. And so a couple of the highlights that I'll share with you, and everything is on this page, a couple of the highlights that I'll share with you here are that from now on, I've decided to roll all of my group coaching programs inside my membership. So when you join Destination Me, you will have access to all of my group coaching programs delivered by me in real time. So when I do my coaching programs, that we're not talking about pre-recorded, dripped out content. We're talking about live, interactive, experiential sessions with me. And we will together over the course of the next year inside the membership, we will be moving through different points on the map. So we're taking quarters of the year. We'll do quarterly coaching programs, moving you from taking the leap to owning your worth, to putting yourself first and setting boundaries that stick. All in service of you making yourself the centerpiece of your own life. So there's lots of details. I'm not going to go into a big spiel here. There's lots of details on the page, nancylevin.com/DME. A couple things I can tell you are that the pricing that you'll see in there right now is just for this opening only. We won't open the doors again until January 2021, and the price will increase. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to get in at a low and affordable and accessible membership fee. And I'm donating a portion of the proceeds to the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. So the doors are open today through Tuesday, just for about 5 days. And I'm going to be donating a portion of the membership fees to the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. It's in this time of safer at home, there are so many who are not safer at home. And that's what feels, it feels important to me to be in support. So I'm just taking a moment over here to see. Yep. So Teresa's saying, yes, Destination Me. You're so worth it. Nadine, I'm a member of Destination Me. You will love it. I love it. Someone else is saying, I advise Destination Me too. Christine's saying, I'm so excited to be part of this community. Thank you. Karen's saying, it's what I need. Wendy, I advise Destination 2. Best gift I ever gave myself. Look at you guys. I love it. 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 Fabulous. So for any of you who, oops, I don't know how that just popped in there. The pause is a great tool to get back into alignment, asking ourselves, can I live with this 16 minutes from now? I love that. Yes. So again, if you're not already a member of Destination Me, this is your opportunity. More than ever, we need support, we need commitment, we need connection, we need community, and Destination Me is here to give you all of that. And I always say, I will hold your feet to the fire with grace and love. I will be ruthlessly compassionate to support you in creating the life that you want to live. So that's what Destination Me is all about. And we are going to be moving you through a whole series of coaching opportunities so that you can make long and lasting change. Bindi saying, yes, fantastic tools. I've been missing the last few, but we'll be putting myself first again. Fabulous. Good. All right, loves. So again, if you want to join us in Destination Me, I would love to have you in there. NancyLevin.com/DME. And you can get on in there. And as soon as you join, you will have access to nearly 2 years worth of archives. So we've got 2 years worth of archives in there, coaching sessions with me, guest guides, personalized coaching seats. There's amazing content that's already in there that you can pour through, that you can binge watch before we get going officially live on July 1st. So please do check it out. I would love to welcome you inside the community. We are all waiting inside of there with open arms for you. And, oh, good, Karina just joined. Woohoo! I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. Right, Bindi, especially we can't travel in real life and we have time now. That is exactly true. That's exactly true. That's exactly right, I mean. So in Destination Me, we have an incredibly engaged, supportive community waiting to welcome you and literally waiting to support you. So I look forward to seeing you on the inside. And I also look forward to seeing you a little bit later in here with our final day of our 4-day journey. Karina, yay, I'm happy to welcome you. All right, loves, take care. See you later.